This is your market intelligence report for August 28, 2026. Based on the last 24 hours. Geo and macro. Jackson Hole speech risk is live. Iran and Ukraine keep the background tax on. Fed Chair Kevin Warsh leans hawkish at Jackson Hole. Warsh's highly watched Jackson Hole remarks leaned hawkish on inflation, and traders quickly lifted September hike odds. Separate desk coverage framed the speech as a major event for Bitcoin and gold via expectations around Treasury buybacks, long-end yields, and how much Fed support risk assets can still price. This is a path of policy shock day, not a clean data dump. Size crypto beta for speech vol first. Do not treat one hawkish lean as a finished cycle call. Iran sanctions pressure and Russia's Kyiv drone waves stay on the tape. A US-hosted G20 finance track is flagged to target growth, imbalances, and Iran sanctions, while Iran urges other countries not to join new US measures and mediators keep focus on reopening the strait. Separate coverage notes Iran's supreme leader still largely invisible deep into the war window. Russia struck Ukraine's capital with waves of drones in the same cut. Corridor, insurance, and sanction enforcement headlines can whip oil and risk assets without a single on-off switch. Treat shipping and actual trade reroutes as the tell. Macro is speech-driven into Walsh, while Iran-Ukraine remain a sticky risk premium. Crypto market. BTC tagged 3-month highs then faded. Product bid still the cleaner tell. Bitcoin tags about $81,455, then pulls back. Majors hold a firm bid under the $80,000 shelf. At this cut, Bitcoin about $79,546, ETH about $2,515, XRP about $1.43, SOL about $106.29. Overnight tape briefly pushed BTC to about $81,455, highest since mid-May, before a pullback as Nasdaq futures slipped and gold extended gains into the weekend. Coverage also flagged BTC clearing the $80,000 handle earlier in the window as Schwab's alt expansion hit the tape. Spot reclaimed and rejected the top of the 3-month range in the same 24 hours. Respect the high print, but do not invent a breakout until the shelf holds after speech fall. Spot Bitcoin ETFs print 9th green session. Ether products nearly match the haul. Last completed US spot Bitcoin ETF session, August 27th, netted about $242.3 million. That is session 9 of an inflow streak. Do not count August 28th's blank zero far side row. Same window coverage says Ether ETFs took about $226 million in a day, almost matching Bitcoin's haul, with 9 straight sessions bringing in about $1.4 billion, and Thursday called the fund's strongest day in about 10 months. Product demand is still broader than BTC-only theatre. Flows remain cleaner than leverage hopium into a hawkish speech weekend. Solana tape runs hot on inflation vote plus distribution headlines. SOL led large-cap movers in coverage after Charles Schwab said it will add Solana, Avalanche, and Chainlink to its retail crypto platform. Network governance is live. A faster disinflation plan is leading the vote, while an about $800,000 burn proposal trails. All 3 tracked proposals cleared quorum in same-day reads. Separate Color says Solana is having its best month since 2024, with a historic governance vote on deck. Distribution plus supply path politics is a real SOL catalyst stack. Still event risk if the vote path flips or speech vol hits alts first. 9th day BTC ETF green plus ETH product strength is the cleanest crypto signal. Price is negotiating the $80,000 shelf after a 3-month high tag. TradFi convergence. Broker and payments rails expand. Custody capital keeps moving. Charles Schwab adds Solana, Avalanche, and Chainlink after BTC ETH launch. Schwab is expanding Schwab crypto beyond the May BTC and ETH start to include Sol, AVAX, and Link for return clients. Sol jumped hard on the print in same window coverage. Broker distribution still beats pure exchange theatre for how Main Street actually touches alts. Highest signal TradFi product expansion of the cut. Visa doubles down in South Korea with upbit operator Dunamu on stablecoin payments. Visa is widening its Korea footprint with Dunamu after a prior Shinhan track, exploring stablecoin payments and remittances. Open Standards' proposed OUSD is among projects under review in coverage. Card network plus local exchange stablecoin rails are real settlement experiments, not conference slides. BitGo to buy NYDIG trading arm. SBI takes 20% of Indonesia's HBAR. BitGo agreed to buy NYDIG's trading arm for about $42.5 million in cash and stock, plus a $15 million earnout. Separately, SBI Holdings is investing about $270 million for a 20% stake in Indonesia's HBAR, crypto and stablecoins alongside traditional brokerage, framed as a yen stablecoin/Southeast Asia settlement push. Custody/trading M&A and Asia brokerage capital are how rails densify when statute politics lag. Regulatory, agency custody path live, clarity statute politics still soft. SEC crypto custody rewrite enters White House review. The planned SEC crypto custody rewrite is in White House review. Coverage says the rule would cover advisors and investment companies and clarify digital asset custody after withdrawal of a separate 2023 proposal. Agency path can move product and advisor plumbing even while Congress stalls. Watch the review clock, not just the bill ticker. Clarity Act slip into September keeps the statute soft. Desk analysis says the Clarity Act slipped towards September while banks keep building rails anyway. Prediction market pricing on Clarity Act signed into law in 2026 sits around 14 cents yes at this cut. Every month without settled market structure rules quietly rewards walled gardens. Statute is not the only path, but soft odds keep the political premium real. DeFi and RWA, stablecoin issuer experiments plus DeFi growth, one bridge incident with repayment pledge. Revolut starts EUR rollout with bridge as regulated issuer. Revolut opened EUR to selected customers in 3 countries, with Bridge as regulated issuer. Coverage contrasts Bridge's tiny EUR outstanding versus Circle's EURC scale in the hundreds of millions of euros. Regulated euro stablecoin distribution via a major neobank is Rails work. Early float is not the story. Issuance path and custody are. The sandbox pledges one-to-one repayment after about $700,000 Bridge exploit. After an about $700,000 Bridge exploit, the sandbox pledged one-to-one repayment. Eligible holders on Base and BNB chain are slated to receive Ethereum-based sand from Treasury, with claims expected to open within about 2 weeks. Small notional, clean repayment posture. Still a reminder that Bridge risk is live operational risk, not abstract. Aave V4 deposits and Athena backing experiments stay in the growth tape. Aave V4 deposits reached about $806 million after a roughly 30% weekly gain in coverage, with EtherFi Cash among large V4 markets, while V3 still holds a much larger base. Athena separately plans equity perpetual basis trades for USDE backing. DeFi growth is real on the margin. Treat novel USDE backing paths as balance sheet design risk until proven live. AI and blockchain. Capital into GPU-backed credit. Agent and model governance stay noisy. Bullish backs USD AI with about $100 million for GPU-backed loans. Bullish extended about $100 million in financing to USD AI to drive GPU-backed loans for AI infrastructure. This is the AI times on-chain credit mashup in hard dollars. Watch underwriting quality, not just the headline facility size. Court blocks Trump admin retaliation path against Anthropic. Agent risk stays loud. A federal judge ruled the Trump administration illegally retaliated against Anthropic over AI red lines, vacating a supply chain designation and issuing a permanent injunction. Separate coverage flags OpenAI agentic ChatGPT work signing into user accounts without the model seeing passwords. MoonPay integrating AI agents for crypto lending on Solana, and AI found critical flaws in Bitcoin Lightning that pushed emergency developer warnings. Model governance, agent session risk, and AI-assisted protocol security are now concurrent tapes. Treat agent permissions and Lightning patch status as operational checks. Tencent releases a new open-source model for coding and research. China's Tencent released a new open-source AI model aimed at coding and research tasks. Open weights outside the US stack keep the local open agent theme live, even when US politics dominate the chat. Prediction markets. State legal fight thickens. Clarity odds stay cheap. Connecticut piles onto the Kalshi legal fight. Connecticut filed a new lawsuit against Kalshi, adding to multi-state and federal combat over prediction markets. Coverage says courtroom outcomes so far are roughly split, raising odds of a longer Supreme Court job. Venue fragmentation is the product risk. Liquidity can survive, but distribution and marketing stay under a legal cloud. Clarity Act 2026 signing odds hover near 14 cents. Polymarket-style pricing on Clarity Act signed into law in 2026 is about 14 cents yes at this cut. Cheap yes is not dead bill certainty. It is a soft statute premium while agency and bank rails keep moving. Risk and opportunity. Risks. Hawkish wash speech vol. September hike odds jumped on the Jackson Hole lean. Crypto just tagged a 3-month high and can give it back fast. Iran sanctions, straight, third country pressure. Energy and risk premia can reprice without a clean battlefield headline. Statute lag plus state prediction market fights. Clarity soft into September, and Kalshi state suits keep political and venue risk sticky. Bridge and agent operational risk. Sandbox exploit repayment is contained. Lightning AI found flaws and agent session permissions are not theoretical. Opportunities. 9th session BTC ETF bid plus strong ETH product day. $242.3 million into BTC products on August 27th, and about $226 million into ETH funds show breadth in the product complex. Schwab alt distribution plus Visa/Dunamu stablecoin rails, real broker and card network plumbing, not conference vapor. Asia custody broker capital, SBI/Ajaib, BitGo/NYDIG trading, rails densifying while Congress lags. GPU-backed on-chain credit, bullish/USD/AI, early but concrete AI times crypto balance sheet experiment. Recommendations. Short-term 1 to 4 weeks. Trade speech fall, not the streak. Respect the 9th green BTC ETF session and ETH product strength, but size around post-wash path odds and the $80,000 shelf rather than extrapolating overnight $81,000 tags. Watch custody rewrite review plus clarity calendar. Agency path can move advisor plumbing even if September statute politics stay soft. Midterm 1 to 3 months. Follow broker and payments distribution. Schwab SOL, AVAX, Link, and Visa Dunamu stablecoin work are higher signal than pure price theater. Track Solana governance outcomes. Disinflation versus burn path is a real supply narrative if votes lock. Long-term 6 to 12 months. Prefer rails and custody over statute hopium. SBI, Ajaib, BitGo trading M&A, Revolut URR, and bank deposit token work compound even while Clarity odds sit cheap. Treat AI agents as a permissions and liability stack. GPU credit, agentic account access, and protocol vuln discovery will keep setting operational standards. Risk warnings, high risk structural. Fed speech and rate path fall can reverse high beta crypto gains in hours. Iran sanctions enforcement and energy corridor disruption risk, incomplete same-day ETF flow rose. Never invent today's blank print. Bridge exploit and hardware wallet, lightning software patch lag, AI agent session persistence, and unclear liability when agents move value. Prediction market state, federal legal fragmentation, not financial advice. Size for gap risk into weekends after Jackson Hole. Key metrics. BTC shelf around $79,500, $81,500 after the 3-month high tag, about $81,455 print. Spot about $79,546 this cut. ETH about $2,515. XRP about $1.43. Sol about $106.29. Last completed US spot BTC ETF session, August 27th, about plus $242.3 million. Streak session 9, skip August 28th, incomplete 0. ETH ETF single day print about $226 million and about $1.4 billion across 9 sessions. Coverage. Clarity Act signed in 2026 odds about 14 cents yes. Post-wash September hike odds path and long end yields. SEC crypto custody rewrite White House review status. Solana governance tally, disinflation lead versus burn trail, Iran sanctions straight mediator updates, Ukraine air attack tempo, bullish USD, AI facility utilization and underwriting color. This is not financial advice. This has been your daily market intelligence report for the August 28, 2026.